Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to The Whisky Friend with me, Alan. Here we are, another new week, another new video, another brand new video folks. This is a special video this year. It's the hardest video I've had to put together all year, and it usually is always the hardest video to put together. What's my favourite whiskies of the year? What's the Whisky Friend Whisky of the Year? I'm going to try and I've picked out, I've got a list of 6 this time, guys. I've got 6 that have made the cut. I've got 3 that didn't quite make the cut, so there's a few honourable mentions coming up. So yeah, the criteria is they're available, you can get a hold of them. The quality whiskey, the presentation's fantastic, and they're coming from great distilleries. So yeah, the distilleries are ones that I've really connected with this year. They have fantastic core ranges. All of them have great core ranges. They've all got, any one of them could have any of these distilleries. Most of the bottles could have been on this list today. So I've sorted myself out, sat myself down, taken a little bit of time, tried some more, looked back at some videos, looked back at some scores, and I've come up with a list. So without any further ado, guys, just before I get into the list, just a little bit of housekeeping to take care of. If you're a returning subscriber, then thank you very much and welcome back. If you've so happened to pop in for the first time and whiskey's your thing, then you've landed on the right channel. You may want to click that subscribe button, guys. Yeah, it's just down below there. Just a friendly reminder, it doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free, and you're helping the channel massively on its way to the magical 5k. Don't forget to click the bell to be kept up to date whenever I'm putting out a new video or a new live stream. Housekeeping done, let's get into the whiskey. So yes, Whisky of the Year, guys, it's that time again. It's always a tough time. The run up to it is trying to decide what's going to make the list, what's not going to make the list. I'm going to be disappointed because I'm going to leave probably your favourite off the list. I'm probably going to put something on that you wouldn't class as your favourite. But purely, guys, it's just the Whisky Friend's opinion. These are the whiskies that I think I've engaged with more this year, and they fit the criteria. So I'm going to start by diving into the honourable mentions. And it's a shame because this one you're going to be screaming at your computer or your mobile or your phone or whatever device you're looking at. But it's going to be the Killcanon 12. Campbelltown. Wow, everyone knows my heart's on Campbelltown. This, funny enough, was an honourable mention last year as well. This year it's an honourable mention for a slightly different reason. It's a little bit more expensive this time. It's a wee bit harder to come by this time. The stocks of it haven't been great this year. It's been hit and miss when it's been around and when it's not been around. Don't get me wrong, the quality of the whiskey is still fantastic. If this was just purely on the quality of the whiskey, this would definitely be in the top 5. When you take into account the rest of the criteria, then it misses, it doesn't tick one of the boxes because it's not as readily available as it should be. But other than that, guys, it's absolutely fantastic. It's 46% ABV, non-chill filtered, age statement and natural colour. So it's tick in all those boxes. Beautiful ex-bourbon notes. It's smoky, it's coastal, it's a little bit of briny, a little bit of lemon oil, really grassy. That outdoor vibes there, that little bit of Campbelltown funk's there. It's fruity, it's sweet, it's spicy. It's challenging, it's complex, and it's for the money at £40. It has crept up a little bit from 35 to 40, and it's a little bit harder to get a hold of. But certainly, guys, it's worth paying the 40, and if you have to chase it down, it's certainly worth chasing it down. So that's my first honourable mention on the list, Killcanon 12. Second one up on the list, again, you're going to scream at your computer again, but it's going to be the Bunnahabhain 12. Again, this is just missed. It's another £40 bottle. It's quality. The difference with this time now, this is more sherry based, sherry influenced, fruitcake, chocolate, nutty notes. Still that little bit of Islay, a little bit of coastal, little bit of. Sometimes I get smoke, sometimes I don't get the smoke. It's very sherry forward. It's definitely Christmas cake. It's perfect for this time of year. It's just a wonderful dram, and if any of these two guys is not on your bar, then you need to go out and search both of these bottles. The great thing with this one is it's round about the £40, but 2, 3, 4 times a year it definitely goes on offer. And to give you a quick heads up, I picked up one of these just recently. Well, I picked up 3 of them recently for £29 a bottle, £87 delivered, 3 bottles of Bunnahabhain 12. Absolutely fantastic. Just a quick one as well, guys. They've just released the Bunnahabhain 12 cask strength. So if you've tried it, dive into the comments and let me know. I have reviewed it, so I will pop a link above. Just missed the cut this time. I'm pretty sure there's a possibility it may end up in next year's list, the Bunnahabhain 12. So as I spend more time with it and get to know it a wee bit more. But yeah, this is my second honourable mention on the list tonight, and it's the Bunnahabhain 12. 46.3% ABV. The third one I've got here, guys, we're heading to Arran. This is one that I pondered on whether it should make the list or not, but I think the quality of the whiskey, it just thoroughly deserves to be here. I did pick this one up at auction a couple of years ago. I got a sample sent to me this year of this particular dram. It's cask strength this time, 12-year-old age statement, natural colour, non-chill filter. 51.8% cask strength, and it's Palo Catado sherry casks. It's the Master of Distilling 2, which was released to commemorate the 12 years that James McTaggart was on Arran. There is a Master of Distilling 1, which is a 10-year-old to celebrate 10 years of McTaggart. But absolutely wonderful stuff. I've fallen in love with these Palo Catado casks. I have tried a couple in the past. I've tried a Deanston one, and I'm pretty sure there's one other which can't seem to put my finger on at the minute. But love this stuff. It's definitely one of the best 12-year-old whiskies that I've tasted this year. You probably say that I've just done 2 beautiful 12s. This is a third 12. There is one more 12 coming your way, so it's not just quite the best 12 this year so far. But yeah, this one you may struggle if I say it's available. I've seen it on shelves somewhere around. And I think if you do pick this up at auction, I don't think it goes for silly money. I think it goes to auction round about retail price. So if you get this anywhere between £50 and £60, that's definitely one worth picking up. And it's a fantastic, beautiful, big tall Arran bottle, of course. That's my third honourable mention, which is the Master of Distilling 2, Arran 12, the James McTaggart bottle. Okay, guys, now we're going to tackle the big six. Where are we going to go with the big six? Where do we start? So we're going to pop around the regions, I think. Let's get into the first one. So the first one that's coming up, we're heading on to Speyside. Don't know if that's gave you a clue. Whether you've watched the channel regular enough, you may have an idea where we're going. But yes, we're going to head to Glenallachie. Glenallachie 12. Look at the colour of that bad boy. That's just getting darker and darker. Everything at Glenallachie at the minute just seems to be getting darker. This is finished in PX casks, Oloroso casks, and virgin oak casks. So real beautiful. It's dark fruit, berry fruit, dried fruit, raisins, sultanas, figs, coffee, tobacco, spice. It's just got absolutely everything going, and it's just getting better and better and better. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. If you tried the new 12. This again, it comes in around about the £40 mark, which again is an unbelievable value. It's readily available. You can virtually pick it up just about anywhere. But yeah, that's number 6 on the list. Just missed the top 5, folks, but I've got 5 crackers coming. Where are we going to go next? So I'm going to get the controversy out the way. The next one on the list, I'm probably thinking most of you are thinking it was probably going to be the Whisky of the Year, or certainly close to Whisky of the Year. I've decided to put this in at number 5, and I'm going to try and explain why. It's just above me here, folks. It's the Glengoyne 25. I know, I can hear you all screaming at your devices. 25-year-old, 48% ABV, unhurried since 1833, natural colour, unchill filtered. What a piece of work this is. The new bottle as well, new packaging. Why is it? Well, let me explain. It's raisins, it's sultanas, it's dried fruit, it's dark fruit, it's berry fruit, it's jammy, it's spicy, it's fruit compote, it's complex, it's mouth-watering, it's challenging. It's a beautiful whiskey to celebrate any occasion with. It's just a real top-notch whiskey. I did score this, I'm pretty sure I scored this 95 out of 100, which is probably one of the highest scores I've ever given. I was fully expecting this to run very close to the top of the list. I've decided to put it at number 5 purely because I think the other bottles that I have on the list, I think I've connected better with those bottles, those core ranges, those distilleries. It's just not these bottles from these distilleries that I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed multiple bottles from all of these distilleries. The only one I haven't really engaged with that much, and it breaks my heart to say it, is Glengoyne, because I'm a massive Glengoyne fan. This was probably my favourite whiskey of all time. The problem with this one now is the prices at Glengoyne. I think the prices are just getting a little bit out of control, right through the range, right through the core range. In fact, I haven't bought a bottle of Glengoyne all year. I think the pricing's just been a wee bit silly, and I think the ABV is at 43% and 40%, and that, I think the quality there, don't get me wrong, the sherry casks are beautiful, the quality of the whiskey's great, but I'm seeming to be levitating more a little bit towards the higher ABVs, and Glengoyne's just not delivering that for me at the minute. But this had to be on the list, so I've managed to get it in at number 5. Had to get it in the top 5. It thoroughly deserved to be in the top 5. But that is number 5 on the list, which is the Glengoyne 25. Where are we going now? So we're heading back to, where are we? We're heading onto the islands. We're heading across to Arran. Arran, again, big place in my heart for Arran. The first distillery I ever visited. You've probably heard the story a million times about my Arran visits, guys. So yeah, I'm loving Arran. This is the Arran Sherry Cask. Cask strength, 55.8% ABV, natural cask strength, sherry hogsheads, natural colour, non-chill filtered, 55.8%. The only box is not ticking, folks. You probably noticed it's the non-age statement. So I have a non-age statement on my list. This thoroughly deserves to be here, guys. I don't think I know age statements are important to us, but I don't think this would be any better with an age statement on the bottle. If we want age-stated Arrans, we can find them. We can find the 18s, we can find the 21s, we can find the 25s, we can find the 10s. So there is plenty of age-stated Arrans out there. This is luxurious. This is dark chocolate. It's cherries. It's dark fruit. It's dried fruit. It's spicy. Little bit of leather in there. A little bit of tobacco in there. So it's absolutely wonderful. Figs, date. Wow, where do you start? Where do you stop? It's just phenomenal stuff. Again, the colour is wonderful. Absolutely incredible colour, as all the Arrans are. Beautiful, wonderful whiskies. So that is number 4 on the list, folks. The Arran Sherry Cask. So, where are we going now? We're heading on to where are we going now? We've got a bronze medalist coming up now. So we've got the bronze medalist from the Whisky Friends top 5. Where are we heading? Well, I'll give you a little clue. We're heading back to Campbelltown, but we're heading over to Killcanon. It's probably not going to be the Killcanon you thought it was going to be, because we're heading here. Drum roll. The Whisky Friend has a heavily peated dram whiskey in his top 5, in his top 3. In fact, if you go back to my last video last year, I had a heavily peated in my top 3 last year, and funnily enough, it was the batch 3 of this. This is batch 4. I've just recently finished, bottle killed my last bottle of the batch 4. I did manage to pick up another bottle, so it won't be too long before this gets cracked open. And a little bit of spoiler, guys, I've managed to pick up the batch 5 as well. So the batch 5 will be coming your way very soon. I'm going to review that shortly. I may even do a head-to-head between the batch 4 and 5. But again, this is beautiful. It's smoky, but it's not all about the heavily peated. It's smoky. It's beautiful nose. It's tropical. It's fruity. It's coastal. It's briny. That beautiful lemon that I get from Killcanon's in there again. Those tropical notes, maybe some melon, some pear, some pineapple. Beautiful fruity notes in there as well. It's powerful. It's intense. It's mouth coating, it's oily, it's thick, it's viscous. It's absolutely phenomenal. This one's coming in at 58.6% ABV. Natural colour, non-chill filtered, as all the rest. This is now up to batch 5 of the peat in progress, so maybe one day we may find an age-stated peat in progress. Like the work in progress, they're getting better, and like the Glenallachie's batches 10, batch 1 to 6, they're getting better as they go on. This is no different. This is getting better and better and better. So the bronze medal goes to the Killcanon heavily peated batch 4. So we're down to the last 2, folks. So this is getting a big drum roll now. So how am I going to split these 2? This was a wee bit of a dilemma because one of them I had pretty much of the year. It was up there all the way with the Glengoyne 25, so that was going to be a no-brainer for me. But then something else popped in, gave me some thought, and I'm thinking, is it the best? Can it be the best? Can it really be the best? Let's put you out. You're busy, guys. Any thoughts? Anybody got a clue what's coming up next? Well, funnily enough, we're heading back to Campbelltown again. And we're heading to the Ugly Duckling at Glen Scotia. So Glen Scotia has been in the shadow of Springbank, then recently of Killcanon, Glengyle. This, don't get me wrong, Glen Scotia a few years back was the right ugly duckling. It was not that hot a distillery. To be fair, the whiskey wasn't really that good. But just of recent, guys, over the last 3-4 years, Glen Scotia has really raised its game. It's producing quality stuff. The core range is phenomenal. This is coming in at cask strength, folks, and it's the difference with this one is it's non-chill filtered, it's natural colour. Again, it's a non-age statement, so in my top 2 I have a non-age statement in there. Absolutely fantastic. Yes, I don't think an age would matter on this bottle. I think the ranges from 9-year-old to 17-year-old whiskies in here. Don't quote me exactly on that, but that's the kind of idea. So if it means me not putting a 9-year-old age statement on this and getting more of this 17-year-old stuff into it, then I'm all happy to do this because it's such a wonderful whiskey. Again, Oswa nominated. The community seem to love it. I picked this up for £55. It usually retails for £65, so I spotted an offer. Just a shame I never picked up a couple of more. I will keep my eye open to see if this goes back into the offer. Even if it doesn't, guys, when I finish this one off, I'll just buy another one at 65. This now, if it keeps up this quality, this will always be on the Whiskey Friends shelf. Again, it's beautiful, it's spicy, it's complex, it's challenging, it's fruity, it's coastal, it's briny, it's smoky. There's all sorts of stuff going on with this. Every time I seem to go back to it, it seems to change. It's a different whiskey every time I open it up, and it's now getting to a real nice point in the bottle where it's really nice at the minute. It seems to be getting better as the bottle's going down, which I didn't think, even from the first dram I loved it. Wonderful stuff. Number 2 on the list, which is the Glen Scotia Victoriana. Get yourself out, folks, and pick up a Victoriana if you don't already have one. Right, this is it. We're up to the big one now. Time's flying by. We're going to try and get this under 25 minutes. We're heading back to Speyside, folks. This is the one which has been pretty much on my radar all year. The distillery's been on my radar all year. I've bought more bottles of Glenallachie than I have anything. Even more, I bought a lot of Campbelltown bottles, but if I put the Campbelltown bottles together, I still don't think they match up to how many of these I've bought. Bought the 12, I bought the 15, I've bought 3 or 4 bottles of this batch 6, I've bought 3 or 4 bottles of the batch 5. The 14 Oloroso, the UK exclusive, that was a real phenomenal bottle. That's probably the quickest bottle I've went through this year because I think it's almost down to a bottle kill at the minute. So I need to try and pick up another one of those. Absolutely fantastic. This one is Oloroso, PX Sherry, Virgin Oak, and there's a touch of Rioja in this one as well. Same maturation as batch 5. Batch 4, batch 5, batch 6. It's like anything, guys. As the batches are getting older, they're getting older. They're getting darker, they're getting fruitier, they're getting much more berry fruit, they're getting much more leather, tobacco, fruity notes. Big Sultana coming from us. It's Sultana dominated, raisin dominated, boozed, soaked raisins. It's got all of that. It's rich fruit, it's dark fruit, it's intense, it's powerful. It's just a 94, 95 out of 100 whiskey all day long. So yeah, £65, guys. The price is a wee bit it's starting to creep a little bit, but I think that's the more this whiskey gets out there, the more in demand it's going to become, which is great. It just means you just need to work a wee bit harder to pick one up, but you can still pick these up relatively easy enough. I think I've just seen recently another batch has been released. Fantastic. So if you've not got one in yourself and you want to try and get one, I'm not too sure if it's reached the US yet. I know the 4 and the 5 were in the US. I'm not too sure if the batch 6 has reached there yet. So keep your eyes open if you're over in the US. Not too sure how it is in Europe either, in all global markets. But UK, it's absolutely fantastic for me, this. In fact, this is what I've got in my glass. I've had it covered up for the last hour and a half with the old Whiskey Friend coin. Oh, raisins, sultanas, leather. It's a little bit, getting a little musty note in there now, a little bit of kind of damp. Dare I say it's funk, but it's a little bit of something going on in there. Just absolutely wonderful, wonderful stuff. And let's have a sip. Oh, that's so nice. So, that's the winner, folks. That's the Whiskey Friend of the Year done. Glen Alecky. Couple of Glen Aleckys in the top 6. Couple of Campbelltowns in the top 6. Couple of Arons in the top 10. So there's a few. Those distilleries, I just want to give a wee shout out to those distilleries, man. They're all doing great stuff. Springbank's doing great stuff. All of Campbelltown's doing fantastic stuff. We'd just love to get more Springbank. We'd love to get more Killcanon. Keep doing Glen Scotia what you're doing. Aron, everything's fantastic at Aron. The range is great. I don't know what else Aron can do. I'm looking forward to the Lag distillery coming online pretty soon. I think those bottles may be getting released pretty shortly. Looking forward to trying some of those. Glen Alecky, fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing, Billy. Can't wait. Maybe another year, maybe another 2 years, we might get a Billy Walker Spirit. Hopefully looking forward to that as well. But these finishes are absolutely, he's working miracles with these. This Glen Alecky distillate. So all in all, fantastic distilleries, folks. So guys, don't forget to dive into your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your top 5 would be. Yes, I know I'm probably not mentioning something that you would have in the top 5. I've probably got something in here that you wouldn't put in the top 5. That's what the comments are for, guys. Just dive straight in and let me know. So that is the top. That's the top 6 Whiskey Friend whiskies a year. Glen Alecky, cask strength 57.8 ABV. So guys, dive on. If you like the video, yeah, you know what to do. And until the next time, I'm Alan. Last thing to mention, guys, is if I don't see you again before Christmas, I'm not too sure if I'm going to get any more videos out before Christmas. If I don't, have a fantastic Christmas. Have a wonderful new year. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. And as always, the pleasures and the sharing. I'll see you all very, very soon. Cheers now. Bye-bye.